Hello, everybody, and welcome into the program. I'm Don Counts with Fayetteville Public Utilities, and we have our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye, here with us today. And we're in our studio and warm. It's kind of cold at first till we turn the lights on, and it warms up.
That's right. You're going to turn some heat on over here.
That's right. You know, one thing about we got some cold weather. We've had cold weather and got cold weather coming on down the pike.
Yes, we do. In the next few days, it's supposed to get colder again and a little mixed stuff on the weekends. And we've been really lucky with the weather as far as what kind of damage, but we hadn't had much, and we hope we get on through the springtime that we don't have much.
That's right. Springtime will be around the corner, but we've got a ways to go to get there, and I know we've got some things we're going to talk about energy right to help with energy bills. Even hearing some of the weathermen, they'll talk about with the cold temperatures, we're going to have higher energy bills at home, no matter what you heat with, whether it be gas or electric or whatever. But bottom line is it costs more money.
Oh, sure it does.
And so we're going to talk about that. First of all, we're going to back up and punt and go to cable. We're no longer in the cable business. We're continuing these programs like we're doing now on YouTube and out on social media, so you'll be able to see these kind of things that we do, including the Alderman meeting that we're continuing to do that once a month as well. But still continuing internet, and our internet speeds have increased because we've got, maybe you can explain, we got more room down the pike to send the internet speeds up.
Yeah, what it did when we got out of the cable business, it opened it up, to have more bandwidth. And plus, we're going out and getting more bandwidth as well because more people are streaming now and working from home. And, with the COVID, the cases are that now, a lot of folks might be doing a lot of virtual now, and schools might be going back to virtual at some point in time if it doesn't get any better. So we're trying to be prepared the best that we can, but, it takes a lot of bandwidth to make that happen. And, when kids are out of school, there's a lot more streaming that goes on, slows down the bandwidth a little bit, taking up more space. But the speeds are there, and we're trying to take on more bandwidth as we can purchase from other providers to be sure that we can provide that service.
One thing that we just got through seeing Drew Klein taking a load of boxes around there a little bit ago. We've got a lot of boxes in, and I'm sure we still have some boxes to go. If somebody's at home and hadn't got their boxes in here, we'll be glad to work with them any way we can.
That's right, but we need those boxes brought in, and, when we discontinue the cable, and, we put the deadline out till January 31st, so, we are waiting, but please bring your boxes in, and you got until January 31st, and if they're not in, we'll have to go back and bill you for the equipment. Yeah. And, we really don't want to do that because that equipment's very, very expensive, and it gives us opportunity where we can sell it to another provider of cable to some degree, that's right, available out there. So we need to get that equipment back.
Absolutely. So a lot of people bringing it in. You got to the end of this week, to the 31st anyway. So one thing that we want to talk about too is the term broadband is basically internet, and we have gotten broadband grants. We've gotten 2 of them. Talk about those 2, and then talk about where we're heading.
Well, right now, we're going to be applying for the northeast part of the county, and there's a lot of grant money out there right now, a lot more money than there has been. And, even just talking about broadband, but it's on a lot of the other infrastructure utilities as well. But we're applying. I feel like we have a good look at getting some more of this grant money. It just ties you because they got real strict rules about how you can build, and it does not allow us to build in areas where other providers are. Even though you might not have their service, but if they're there and they got that area, we cannot go into that area. Now, we can build through it, but we can't hook up customers. And, but later on we might come back, if we have enough funding that we can hook them up on our own to compete. But other than that, we're good to go.
Okay. All right. One thing about that is we've done the Petersburg build. We've done that one. We did that, and then we did that's the north build. Then we had the southwest build. That would be Blanche down in that area.
And that's the area that we're still working in now.
All right. Now, one thing that we are doing, we're gonna continue talking about that. But one thing. We had pretty good success with Harvest of Hope this year. The Harvest of Hope food drive, the first batch, we had a whole pallet of food, and I think Good Samaritan felt like they could even handle the next. But on the good side is we had the food for them on the site, but they also, unfortunately, they had people who needed the food as well. So it's a very good program.
I think we broke the record this time.
For sure.
You know, with the customers' help and the employees' help, and you know, donations come in from suppliers, and you know, when you see that much food sitting out there, and there is a lot of folks around here that needs that, and we really appreciate all the help.
Absolutely, we do appreciate that. That turned out really good. One thing I was going to talk about too, Britt, while we had a minute, short story writing contest. We had the presentations. We've done all 3 of the schools, the city schools. We did the county schools and RCA. The contest is for high school juniors, and they're going to have their papers turned in by March 1st. So the parents listening, or if you're watching, you want to make sure you get your men in there, and you could win some pretty serious scholarships this summer for sure.
That's right.
Yeah, good money for.
It's a good program.
Good program. That's right. Then we're looking at Tennessee Magazine. That edition will come out later this month, toward the end of the month, and that'll be the February edition of the Tennessee Magazine. And you always have a column in there, and then we have 5 or 6, 7 pages in there, I think, total. And people can get to see what's going on, plus see our statewide stuff as well.
Yeah, it's good information. You know, if you pick it up and read it, and it tells you a lot about what's going on at FPU, and we try to get the what's going on inside the county as well.
Yep. And if you don't get one, let us know, 433-1522. Let us know. We'll be able to get you on the list. And if you get multiples or something, we need to know that too. We want to try to make sure we manage that, and ratepayers' money. We want to try to be very good with that and don't want to be wasteful. So, all right, winter storms. We have something, our energy, our electric outage map, which has been very helpful during the times we've had some storms. We've held up pretty well with the snow, the heavy snow that we've had. We were very lucky, unlike some other co-ops in the Middle Tennessee area.
Well, the aggressive tree trimming program that we put in place has really helped, even though we have been trimming trees, you know, for several years now. And you know, it's we're cutting back further away from the power lines, but at the same time, you know, if you got an 80-foot tree that can fall and it falls toward the power line, more than likely it's going to take it down. But you know, it has helped out a lot, and customers are working with us very well of getting a wider right away as we cut out through there, and it means a lot to us, and it means a lot to the customers with their power staying on. But you know, we've been very lucky with the weather, and even though we've had some high winds as well, plus the heavy snow and a little bit of ice, but you know, it's still opportunities out there that could come along in the month of February, because that's when it's one of our worst ice storms happened in February, actually. So, you know, maybe we'll get lucky and get through this year and get to springtime, and everything work out good for us.
Since the last time you and I were sitting here talking about what's going on, I think it was, New Year's Day or something, we had tornadoes.
We did.
And we had to deal with that. But even then, we had pretty much one confirmed kind of over toward Elora, and maybe one over on the west side as well. But the system held up pretty well. We were pretty lucky. Well, I know we had quite a few out.
That we did, but, you know, it was something that we could get back on pretty quick. And even though we had scattered outages throughout the county, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Like I said, you know, we've just been really, really lucky with the weather.
And then we turned around in the next 24 to 48 hours, and we had snow and ice, and there again we were set up, we were prepared, but you never know what you're going to get.
No, you know, when you think back about what happened up in Tennessee, the northern part of Tennessee up toward Kentucky and those places, you know, that did get those bad tornadoes, and which, you know, all the cooperatives worked together along with the municipals, and we all were heartbroken during all that time. But you know, that puts a burden on our materials, because we're short on materials anyway, and we try to have in stock and warehouse as much as we can, but you don't have so much. But you know, they needed the materials worse than what we needed the materials, or any other utility that needed the materials, and a lot of them went that direction. They should have gone in that direction, but you know, it's still this COVID thing, we're still fighting it as well with the materials, laborers, you know, and those issues are still an issue right now. So, but we're trying to do the best we can.
Yep. Well, one thing when you're talking about what happened in Kentucky and then parts of Tennessee and all that, and you know, as bad as it is for them, you know, we have to also be thinking that could and probably will happen here someday, and has happened. So we have to be ready for it.
That is right, and you know, we volunteer to help as much as we can help, and it's like you said, you know, someday you might need it, and those people volunteer to come and help us.
Well, we talked about the low temperatures, and I've got a lot of information here. We're going to go over some of that. But with the low temperatures, even if you leave your temperature set the same on your thermostat, it's still going to make the unit work harder or the system work harder just to keep it up. So we know we're expecting some pretty high bills, and want to tell people about budget billing. That one is very important, Britt. That kind of keeps things kind of leveled out for you to help you have high and low bills.
That we do, and it helps out a lot of customers that know that they're on set income and those kinds of things, and it helps them to get their bills paid, and works out well for them too.
And if you're concerned about coming in here on paying your bill with social distancing, we're doing really good with that. Our customer service are doing safe. We have these shields up, and we've got masks and all that. But you can pay on Smart Hub, and you can pay by phone. Let me give you that number if you want to. It's 1-844-201-7200. So you can pay that way. Some other things too, Britt, is the TVA energy home energy audit. We have those, and you might hold that up there for them, and I'll go over a couple of things. This right here, we got that for you here. I thought you were supposed to bring yours. You didn't bring yours.
I didn't bring mine.
That's right. I'll have to mark off on you on that one. But anyway, so we have these, and you can just call in and get those. Nathan Taylor is your key accounts guy. He has all this stuff in here. He can set you up for that, and you can call him at 433-1522, and then when you hear the talking, just push 184. You might talk about some of the things he does. I mean, the home energy audit is through TVA, and so he can help you out.
That it is, and it talks about selling windows, doors, those kinds of things, and what else you can do with TVA to help you cut back on energy. Gives you good ideas of what you can do to save. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of information in this package, whether if you do anything or not, but it's good reading material, and some of the things you never would even think about until you read about it, that it's so simple to do just little things that would help you on your energy.
You can call Nathan for that. He also gave me a telephone number for Energy Right. I'm going to tell you this one too. It's 855-237-2673. That's energyright.com. You get a lot of information. And also, they have some do-it-yourself videos on there. And I like videos, Britt. And these videos will kind of tell you some things to do as well. Britt, we also work with South Central Human Resources. They have a program called LIHEAP. You might explain that a little bit.
Well, they help on the energy bills, but at the same time, they help on water bills now.
Yeah.
So, that's a big plus for a lot of customers. And, because we have one utility bill, and our main, if you have to disconnect service, it comes off the electric side first, because it is one utility bill.
Right.
And, but, talk to them, call them if you need help, and they'll give you direction of what all needs to take place for you to get some extra funding if you qualify for that.
This program with the water bills, as Britt mentions, is new. The program is funded much like the Energy Assistance Program, with clients going to South Central Human Resource Office. You can call them at 433-7182. And Britt, in this package here, which is really interesting, it's got some things in there that tells you about things that we all need to be aware of, like changing out your filter, your hot water heater, stopping air leaks, and things like that. All those things add up. I've got a programmable thermostat on mine, and I think last month it showed I saved 13% through the computer system, and I'm thinking, well, that paid off for itself right there. So many other things that we can help you with here at FPU.
Yeah, just give us a call, and we'll give you some direction of what we need to do.
Absolutely. Let's see if I've forgotten anything, ladies. Okay, I was trying to go through our list there, and we ran through a whole lot really quickly, and we want people to let them know that we're here for them 24 hours a day. We have dispatch here, and that's something very good. A SCADA room with everything going into one area, so we kind of know what's going on throughout our entire company.
Well, that with the advanced meter infrastructure that we put in place helps us out a lot. We're calling if you got power outage, you're not at home, not aware of it, we can address it. But we try to do, especially on high water leaks also, if you got a lot of high usage and not aware of it, we try to notify the customer and let them know what's going on ahead of time before they get their bill the best that we can. And that's paid off tremendously, because customers have really, really been thankful for us doing that.
Absolutely. And we're doing everything in our power to stay COVID free. There's a lot of that. It's as serious now as I guess it's ever been, Britt.
Well, it's more serious around here than what it has been from the beginning. You know, we've had more employees out in the last 3 weeks than we've had the entire time that the pandemic started. And, you know, but we're all still trying to stay safe. We're still, if we go out, we have to be masked, you know, that certain degree, you know, if they've been vaccinated or boosted and these kinds of things, which we've got our own rules and policies in place of what we have to do. But, you know, if it continues to get worse, you know, it might be where we might have to close the lobby back down and go back to where we were at the very beginning of trying to help protect the customer and the employees from getting sick.
Absolutely. Well, we hope everybody stays safe, stays well. And Britt, you stay well yourself and keep on doing what we're doing. I guess all I know.
We're going to do the best we can.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you watching here on Fayetteville Public Utilities. From Fayetteville Public Utilities, I'm Don Council, along with our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye. We will see you back in here next month, and we'll keep you informed, or we'll be on earlier if we need to be.
That's correct.
All right. Thank you very much.